great to have you here for an interview. I think it's the first time we met together. And,
yes, it is. I would have remembered, I think, if we met before.
Thank you very much. Me too.
Thank you.
I'm Catharina Enderlein from Ströer, which is one of the largest media houses, I would say, digitally, and we are testing a lot of new forms of communication in our office space. So we are testing a lot with real-time communication, how does it work, and to form new living spaces with the art and culture. And so I think it's very interesting to have you here. Maybe you can explain a little bit who you are, what you are doing in general, and especially today.
Yes, I'd be delighted to. First, it comes to mind that in 1985, I became the first person in the world to record a musical score on a computer before television. So I've been involved actually with the technology for a very, very long time. And now everybody in the world who creates music is creating using the tools I helped to develop back then. But I'm here being invited by Florian von Heinze, who probably a well-known media person here in Germany, who I met a few years ago, and invited me to participate in this musical and political statement of trying to bring some sanity into the world and peace in the world and harmony and all of that stuff. My own personal story is very brief. I was born with the ability to speak the language of music in real time, which became apparent when I was very young. So I describe myself now as an ex-child prodigy. I was at Club University when I was 9, not enrolled as a student. I was there for observation and evaluation. I gave my parents all kinds of advice, none of which they took.
Oh, that's what I know that.
Right, and this wonderful Professor Raymond Burroughs, who interviewed me, he was head of the piano department at Teachers College at Columbia. When my mother said, no, this is not practical, that's not practical, because we didn't live in New York City, we lived an hour and a half out of the city. Anyhow, at the end of the day, Professor Burroughs says to my mother, well, when she says, will we harm his chances of development if we don't do this? Don't worry, it would be like trying to stop the river heading towards the sea. He will continue to grow, and when he gets to a point where he needs to find a teacher, he'll find one. Anyhow, so I sound like a classically trained pianist. I am a classical crossover artist today. A few of my records, including 2 that I will do on the program, have gone over a million streams each. One with it just in a year, the other one is about 1.5 million in 2 years. But I was a Motown artist, I've done 50 movies, I don't know. I speak the language of music in real time, but that I didn't discover until 2011. Until 2011, I didn't realize my ability to create in real time was not common amongst all my colleagues. And then I was invited to be president of the jury in a competition in Poznan, in Poland, the Transatlantic Festival, where they had a competition of creating music in real time. And we had to eliminate the 3-note competition, which you just saw. Take 3 notes and create a piece. Nobody could do it. They said, no, this is too hard. We have to eliminate it.
The sound of freedom.
So why is it so hard? I don't know. So in 2011, I had a wake-up call that my ability to do this, which is so natural and easy for me, is not common. Anyhow, so here I am. And happy to be here.
And that's
very
good.
happy to be here.
And what do you think, how important is it to use music, art, culture, dance, communication to reach the people with all the values we need today, also of beautiful, sustainable together? I don't know if you know this, but there is a movement which is called New European Bauhaus from Europe to push those values, and I think in those times
through the arts.
Through arts in our cities, in our living spaces, to create a positive culture. And the key question is, how does it work with communication on the one hand, and on the other hand with art and culture?
Well, I would be happy to learn more and maybe even participate and get involved in whatever research that you're we're doing here, but music, I think, for most of us, is the spiritual connection, the most spiritual connection we have with whatever is beyond the physical universe. Music, all the arts, at their best, inspire the nobility of the human spirit that I think exists within each of us. But music particularly is the quickest route to the emotions. And I do these real-time creations, and very often people are very, very moved. They have emotional responses beyond what I really understand. And I'm always asking, well, why are you feeling this way? I don't know. Maybe it's because people are having an experience they've never had before. And unless you've seen somebody create in real time, you're seeing it for the first time. Are you going to be here for this evening's concert?
Yes,
you will
I
be.
am.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Because for most people, this is a virginal experience. And how many virginal experiences can you have as an adult? But, truly, it's something that they haven't experienced. And I think that's one of the reasons why this is very emotional for people. It can't just be because I'm creating something so astounding. I think there's more than that going on.
Like a surprise in a
Yes,
positive way.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I like to think that the music is good. And
the momentum.
But I don't know. This is a very long conversation, which I'd be delighted to have if you have the time.
You don't know.
Sorry?
Do you have the time?
I do.
hope so.
I do. I mean, I have to go to the hotel and change, but I'll be back.
Yeah. And what is your key message for today?
I never thought of having a key message.
Okay. Yeah.
But I do have a key message in life. We live in a world that is so divided and fractured and probably designed that way. If there is a master of the universe, the master of the universe has obviously created a world to guarantee and ensure on every level conflict. You look at history and you see the names change, the places change, situations remain the same, right?
The same.
Every generation is getting the same lessons. So individuals go through the great university of life and evolve. But each new entry class of souls is getting the same lessons. So I think the best we can hope for in the world we live in today is to start focusing on the commonalities of our humanity. In the States, we just celebrated Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. And he was a man that wanted everybody to look at individuals as individuals. And during the late 70s, I was a Motown recording artist. I was a white person on a black record label. I was with Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder and Diana Ross. All of these people discovered by Mr. Berry Gordy, who discovered me. And I thought we were on the cusp of Dr. King's dream of a society where you're just judged by, what talent and we live now. They keep talking about demographics. Demographics seem to be more important than quality of life or quality of humanity. And I am very outspoken about everybody should be encouraged to reach their potential, but now in the United States they put emphasis on diversity, which divides, inclusivity, which excludes, instead of focusing on the commonalities of our humanity, which unite us. See, underneath it all, I'm really not a musician or a composer, I'm just a philosopher. But it's hard to earn a living as a philosopher, so my fallback is I create music. This supports me while I'm philosophizing.
I think.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
My pleasure, I can assure you.